My hubby's been sick, so I'm glad to be back, though. Seriously.
It is baggage. I would say, one, it's baggage on both ends, but it's more baggage on the woman's end. Like, you ladies don't even think about this. The fact that if you're a single mother and you're dating a man with no kids, he has no kids. When he enters that relationship, at some point you are expecting this man to provide and protect your kid. If he doesn't do that, you're not really going to look at him as a man. So this is like an expectation from the current man that you're dating. You get that? Now, when you're dating this man and you have kids, does this man have authority to discipline your kids?
I think that is a conversation that has to be had. But
Correct.
I think also if that is a parental figure in the home, and as long as there's boundaries that you both agree on, absolutely.
So think about that.
I agree.
That's an adult.
Would you like me to chime in? Because I'm
Yeah, you could chime in. Yeah.
Yes, I have a child. He's 5 years old and he's in baseball. So we do discipline him. We go to his baseball games, my boyfriend and I, and also my son's father is also active in his life, and we go and he disciplines him.
Let me ask another question.
We
then.
live together. He disciplines him as well.
Let's see if this is true. Just going to give names. Bradley. That's the boyfriend's name, Bradley. Your son's name, Kenny. All right, that's your son's name, Kenny.
God bless you, Hellphone.
Kenny's acting up. Bradley smacks Kenny. I told you don't do that anymore. Get in your room. You come home. Kenny tells you, Bradley smacked me. Are you going to go ahead and speak to Bradley and say why you smacked Kenny?
Yes.
Or are you going to be like, all right, well, Bradley smacked you. Well, you must have been doing something wrong.
But I would have had the same question.
No, we need one mic at a time. Who want to go first?
Number one, they wouldn't be by themselves. Like, my man's going to be at work. So when do he have time to slap him if I'm not there? That was not happening.
No,
and
this is
number
a hypothetical.
If it did happen,
Hypothetically speaking,
I would call my...
So already her saying that they wouldn't be by themselves. Think about that. Like, now, is that even his kid then? Like, granted, in this situation, the dad is still present, which is amazing. That's great. That's a whole nother thing. But I think that in your household, though, what that man says runs. Otherwise, why should he have to put up with it? Like, why does he have to, an obligation to this kid? He doesn't have to do anything. But I think that giving it over to him, you know what? Thank you so much for taking us on. And when this baby is here, you are the dad to him because you're the husband to me. So you're his daddy when he's here. That's proper. That's respectful. That's honorable. I will say this and let you go. I'm so proud of you. Oh, thank you so much, Jim. I love you. Recent studies have shown that men are outright avoiding single mothers. Yeah, but think about this. Like, even the first girl that talked about it is like, no, they're not even allowed to be alone. Like, what? Then he's not his dad. Then what's the point of him being there? Like, I don't know. I just think that I don't think that single mothers can never have a guy. No, I think that single mothers... Hey, oh my gosh, Tyler, I missed that. How did I miss that? I love you. Thank you so much. You're the second member to my channel. I love you. But yeah, I don't think that single mothers don't deserve a guy or shouldn't have one. No, I think that if you get one, treat him like a blessing that he is by taking you on. Like, but I think that what happens is that we as ladies from our mothers aren't taught that. Like, I think about my mom at one point being a single mother before meeting my stepdad, and how she told me, you know, you want a dad? Like, let's pray for him. Can't wait to have him. Things like that. But then when it comes my turn to have a man, she's like, I don't know. She's like, don't you dare take on a guy with kids or anything like that. Like, think about that, though. That's what we're taught on the flip side. So what do you think that men? No, but men, you better take on a woman with kids. What? How does that make any sense? That's not, first of all, it's not fair, which life isn't, but you can't sit there and say, like, you better not be with a guy that has kids, but then expect that you can go out and have kids and then expect a man, nah, that man better take you on. Like, what the heck? You know what I mean? It's crazy.
My baby daddy, and he will be getting his ass beat.
Okay,
Because
so
you're not touching my man's gonna be at work. So when do he have time to slap
That's
him? If I'm
crazy.
not there? That was not happening.
I haven't seen
this
him on the
this is
video.
If
hypothetical.
it did happen,
Hypothetically speaking.
I would call my baby daddy, and he will be getting his ass beat.
Okay,
Because
so
you're not touching my son. You're
Now
my boyfriend.
you're
He-
calling the baby
Ah,
daddy.
that's not
to
gonna
beat him
happen.
up.
Yeah,
That's
there
my
it is.
child. First, I'm a mother first, and I'm a woman after.
Yeah.
So that's not happening.
You tell it, Queen. You
Allow
tell
me-
it, Queen.
Allow me to get
What
in
about
there.
you?
Allow me to get in there. So, quickly, very brief. Bradley would not have to provide for my kid. Don, what is it, Mikey, Kinky, whatever? He
I'm
has.
sorry, real
he
quick.
has a father.
I get it, I get
let
it.
me
For
let
you-
me get there
for-
now
stick
to
with
this
the
part.
hypothetical.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me stick to the hypothetical. Now, I am going to ask Bradley. He smacked me up. Oh, okay. Hey, Bradley, what happened? What? If you have the authority to provide for my kid, you also have the authority to discipline my kid under certain circumstances. So I'm going to ask Bradley what happened. What happened?
There's
So
no
based on
accent.
what happened, oh no, but I will. Based on because when what's the kid's name again?
Kenny.
When Kenny has
yeah.
any needs and I need Bradley to cover, Bradley comes and covers.
But smacking him physically?
we don't. I would have smacked Kenny myself if he would have done whatever
Yeah, but
he
that's
did
not his
to-
father. So
to-
red flag.
So I'll take that red
There you
flag.
go.
Okay.
I'll
then-
take that
Wait,
red
wait,
flag.
wait.
Real quick,
So
real
now I'm
quick.
confused. So
I get it real
she's
quick.
saying
Let's
that she would also slap the guy?
Okay, the
She's agreeing with the lady across the way?
no, they're not. They're not agreeing. The
Oh.
lady in the pink says that she get her guy,
Uh-huh.
that her baby daddy
Uh-huh.
to come to the house and touch the guy she's with. The other girl said, "No, I would have the baby. I would if my man has the right to touch him. If I put this man in ahead of me,
Yeah.
that baby, he's in ahead of that baby. He's in
Mhm.
charge of that baby. Therefore, he get to lay hands on that baby too,
Yeah.
just like as I would.
So she is saying that.
So she's agreeing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like, but that's the thing. Yeah, Unc is spotting. I love him. This is my poor husband over here. He's helping me do all of this and run all of this. He's amazing. But that's the whole thing, is that that's so crazy to me that this lady is like, nah, I'm sending my baby daddy to come beat him up. What? Why even date you? Why even give you the time of day if you are gonna treat me like that? Like, that's insane. First of all, what's crazy is that she didn't even mention that, maybe find out what the situation was. She didn't even say that. She just skipped right to the part of, nah, I'm sending my baby daddy on you, regardless of what my son may or may not have done. What? So you're just reckless out here. You're wild. Like, you're just running free like this. Like, this is crazy. The risk of dating a single mother is simply too high. A man dating a single mother would be forced to take on the responsibility and none of the authority. Yes. I love you, Hellfong. Thank you so much for adding some content in there, because dude, the whole thing is that I just want ladies to understand that you go out, you have kiddos, you don't have daddies over them, or in this situation, she has a dad for the fella, which, but you're not with him. But when that kid is with you and you want a man in your life, if he's willing to date you, take you on, put you up in a house, y'all both work together to build something, which is what we all as ladies want. Because on the same flip side, you don't want a man that's just gonna not help you pay for things, not help you this and that. Okay, you want that, but you also want this. You need to make a decision here. Like, you can do bad all by yourself and not have anybody, or you can have a man and not be lonely, have a man over your kiddo at your house as well. Or again, you could just opt out and be like, you know what? I want to run things how I want to run things, and just let my baby daddy do what he does over there, and I get to do my own individual thing by myself and live my life out like that. Cool. Decide that then. But don't sit here and try to make men date you, but also not have any authority over your kid or any say. Like, I don't think that's fair. That's not right. Like, I think about my stepdad that took me on. He did most of the disciplining. He did most of the of the almost everything for me, really. My mom, she worked a lot more than my dad, but he also he worked as well, but he was majority taking care of me at home, and he would get off work in time to come pick me up from school. Like, he did all these things. So she was like, yeah, you can spank her. Yeah, you can discipline her. You want to ground her, babe? Absolutely. My mother was old school with it. She liked to smack me around up until I was probably like 5 or 6 years old. Stepdad comes along. He's like, whoa, 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 a little too harsh there. We can tone it down a little bit as far as discipline goes, which, thank God, I appreciate that. But he came in, he decided, he told her, hey, that may be a little bit too much. My mother listened. She said, okay, cool. You can do the disciplining. That's fine with me. And it ran that way. That's how it worked, you know? And then you get that dynamic of mother and kid, or mother and father, you know? Anyone who was raised in a broken home knows that most who sign up to be stepdads find out that hell has a basement. That's so true. Like, and it's so sad, because let's face reality that at this point, if things keep going, almost every chick out here is going to be a single mother, like at least one kid, you know? And I think that y'all men, I'm so surprised by the poll, but not. And I told my husband that, you know what, I kind of knew that it was going to go that way, that they would be like, you know what, I'd be willing to do it depending on if she'd be willing to act right and treat me properly. I'd do it. Yeah, sure. I mean, no problem, you know, but especially if she's still treating me like the man that I deserve to be and more, then yeah, heck yeah, I'll take her on. But if you're going to cut me off from being able to say anything to your kid or even be a dad to him at all, I don't think so. Which is, don't you think that that's proper? Like, imagine on the flip side, if it was some little girl that he has, right? None of us women like this on the flip side. When the man has a little girl and you can't say anything to the little girl, we don't like that, you know? Or a little boy, but mostly little girl. But
I just want to address the people in the comments and say, if you didn't vote earlier about if you didn't vote on the question, should men date?
Thanks, Steph.
Should men date single mothers?
Mm-hmm.
I want everyone that's in the comments now to comment whether you think that you never should, whether you should if she has changed.
Ooh.
How about, or it depends on the situation. Yeah, let me know what you think on that in that regard.
Yeah. Here, let's keep playing this. Thank you guys for engaging, though, for real. And Dev, I know I like this shirt. Okay.
Take care. Let me hear your answer.
That's kind of like,
I rotate
that's
them.
exactly where I was going to
But
go with
let's
that
stick with the
topic.
hypothetical.
Right.
Remember, the hypothetical is you not home, Kenny acting up. Bradley's that's your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
He got no kids. He disciplining your kid. He smacks Kenny across his face. Kenny goes flying. Boom. Go in your room, Kenny.
That's not happening.
Are you going to tolerate that? What's going to be your response?
I think it's all situational, to be honest with you.
But no, but that is the situation now. Stick with the
No,
hypothetical.
but I think it is situational, and as far as the dynamic within the home and your relationship and your children.
Okay, let me map it out real quick.
Okay.
Let me map it out real quick. Just because I see you want more context.
Correct.
I'll just put a little bit more.
There's a lot of gray area.
Fair enough. I'll put a little bit more context for you since you're asking for the hypothetical. You've been in a relationship with Bradley for 2 years.
Okay.
Relationship with him for 2 years, and you two, you could live together or not live together. It really doesn't matter. It's just the fact that he's home with your child, and he's disciplining
Taking
your
care of
child,
him.
and he smacks him and tells him to go to the room. What's going to be your reaction now?
I think I'm going to kind of ask both questions. You know, as far as tell me what happened.
Fair. Will you be upset?
If the response is not,
I'm not. I'm going to ask the questions I need to ask first
I
to
would
have
say
full context.
When you're done,
Real quick.
because
let
you
it go.
never until I have that information, there could have been a very serious situation. It could have been an accident. Say Bradley was like, hey, I made this mistake by accident. And
how old's the child?
Okay, but
I think there's also
the child is of age, but it doesn't even matter how old the child is. The reason, real quick, just give me 2 seconds to lay my plan. I got y'all. I really want to hear your thoughts on it too.
okay.
The reason why I asked this question to express to you how can a man have all this responsibility of protecting and providing for you and providing for your child, but he has no authority of disciplining your child, meaning that responsibility without authority is essentially slavery. This man is taking care of you and your kids, but he can't discipline his kids. Imagine if it was reversed and you were taking care of his kid, but he was like, I don't want you nurturing my daughter. Dude, like, wait, what? This is innate in me. This is a natural reaction for me to be nurturing, but you don't want me nurturing your daughter? That's the same thing. It's an innate reaction for the man to discipline a child. He's already protecting and providing. The natural response would be to discipline this child, but you're trying to take this away. So all of this responsibility, but zero authority. So when I say that single mothers, from a general standpoint, a man with no kids dating a single mother, that's a red flag. That's so much baggage and so much responsibility that this man is taking on, and he gets really nothing in return. Like, you doing all of this just for a little bit of box? Right. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. So, I'll go ahead and land my plane.
I love what Tyler mentioned as well, because this is what the state of the world that it's at, and it's just gonna keep doing this if we don't wake up as ladies. But yeah, at my age, and I forgive me, Tyler, I've known you for so long now. You're in your 30s, right? That at my age, it's probably the only option. That or someone that doesn't want kids, which, what? That's crazy. Like it's either that or I'm with someone who doesn't want kids, or they're just getting too old to have kids now. Yeah, doing it all for the box.
Dev is saying a lot of stuff, but Dev hasn't given his perspective yet. Dev, if you don't mind, give us your perspective. Like, what do you think as? And
he's young, so I definitely want to know what you think.
Yeah. Do you think that single women are too much of a hassle to deal with, or do you think that it depends on the situation as far as whether you would take on a single woman or not?
Single mother, yeah.
Yeah, I know, and I wanted to. You won't hear a lot from me. I want to address Tyler up here. He said, I mean, at my age, probably the only option that's, or someone that doesn't want kids. All right. So from my perspective, I would say that women don't have anything to lose to take care of a man's kids, especially a man that makes his own money. So if a woman comes in and now
the guy's already taking care of everything,
because he's already protecting and providing. Right. The only situation where, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, or give me y'all perspective, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that it's fair for a guy to bring a child into a relationship because he has to protect and provide for that kid, and he has no trouble doing so. And also he can discipline that kid. Yeah. But if a woman brings one into the relationship, you now have to discipline another man's child. Like I can, like with my kids, we have my kids. I can tell my children's mom that you're going to discipline the kids or keep them where they at. So that's the understanding. That's true. But a woman, most of the time, she has to have her kid locked to her, like tied to her belt strap. Yeah. So that means she would be the one. Oh, and the dad, you would have to have problems with the dad, and different things like that. So I wonder what y'all think as far as that's concerned. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the whole thing is that, dude, we gotta be able to. Oh man, let me turn this down. Yeah, that's the whole thing is that we've got to be able to understand that this is the root of the whole issue, is that we already don't understand our roles. Like, we don't understand the way God made us to be, is that the man is bigger and stronger, so that if anybody comes through that door and is willing to die for you and that child, he should have a say over what goes on in the household. That's just the truth. That's what it is. What the heck are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? That if he's willing to lay down his life and is looked at like, you better lay down your life for me, you better protect me if somebody comes through this door, then yeah, I think that he should have a say. But what we're not taught as ladies is what our roles are. Is that, dude, that's just the truth of what that is. Like, I lived on my own by myself for like 2 years. COVID hit. What the heck do I do? I'm terrified. Is the world going to end? Am I going to die alone? All these things start running through my head because it's 2020 and shiz is hitting the fan. Like, what do I do? Like, I have no one around to protect me. It's just me and my sister and our dogs. What the heck do I do? Like, what if people start, look, I was on the doom side of TikTok when it's talking about that, that people are going to start running into people's houses and stuff like that. I'm terrified. I don't know what to do. I'm going back to my parents. That's what I'm doing. But do we not understand that that's how different that we are? A man is like, nah, it's cool. Like, what? No one's going to run into my house. I'm a man. Like, if they do, then I'm going to stand up and do something about it. But a lady, we're like, what do I do in that situation? What the heck? And if you say otherwise, you're just wanting to argue. Like, there's no way that that's truly the case. I have a completely different perspective. My ex-wife is remarried, and her husband usually home with my son. He can discipline my son how he needs. If he hits him in the face, I'll call CPS. I know I have a case to win custody. Oh yeah, but again, you're the dad. So you still have say, just as what's it called? As a man is going to have say over his kid. But you just said he can discipline him. But if it's something that's between you and that man, then, right? That would be between you and that man. That wouldn't be her.
All right.
Right, Tyler?
Tyler, overall, do you want custody? Is that so? Like, are you like waiting for your moment so that you can have custody? Or I just wanted to see if that was what you thought. Like, is that? Yeah.
But see, and that's the whole thing, is that I could take him in a fight too.
Yeah, but why would?
But that's the whole thing, is that on the flip side, if you were the guy taking on a lady that already has a dad, don't you think that that's more extra things that you maybe wouldn't have to worry about if you got a lady that didn't have kids already? Like, then you might as well just try to hold out for a girl that doesn't have kids. You know what I'm saying? But that's the whole point of what this is to get people, or to get women really to understand that, dude, if you already, most of the ladies don't have a dad that is around for the kids still, to be honest. Like, that's mainly the women that I'm talking about, are the ones that don't even have a dad for the kid around. You know what I mean? Because that's a lot of them. But yeah, he said sorry, mess up. What?
No. Something messed up, probably.
Oh. But yeah, I want to hear what he's gonna say, and then I'll get back to it.
Yeah, Deb. No, Deb. I was serious when I said I wanted to hear what your perspective. It's a discussion. I just wanted to see what you.
And because your age.
Yeah, you're young.
I want to know what your perspective would be on taking on a lady if she has kiddos.
Yeah, because I don't think you have any. You don't have any kids. So what would it be for you?
Yeah, what's your thoughts?
And anybody else in the concurrent viewers? I see there's 9 people in here.
Hey, thank you guys so much for coming in and hanging out and engaging. I really appreciate it so much.
So to answer that question, right? And you said again, because I think all of us has a response to each question that you ask. Or we all want to hear what everybody has to say and what you have to say as well. So I know you had an answer to that question as well, but my answer was that as far as your scenario that you created, right? You said that the child was at home with Bradley. Yes.
Yeah.
So now in that case that Bradley disciplined the child, you said, would that be acceptable? What was the question? Because I wanted to add before you got off.
You got kids?
Yes, I do. I have a child. Yes.
Oh, you have a child, and
So
you've been in
said
situations like
Bradley-
this?
No, because you started talking, so I kind of we got away from it before everybody else got.
Okay, so yeah, the hypothetical is Bradley is home with Kenny.
Right.
Kenny is your child. Bradley's your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Right. Bradley sees that Kenny is doing something bad. He's not listening. He's being insubordinate.
Okay.
He slaps Kenny across the face.
Okay.
Says, "Go to your room." You come home. What you doing?
So now my answer is that if I felt comfortable enough to leave my child at home with, who was the boyfriend, Bradley,
Mhm.
then that means that, yes, I trust his vision and I trust I trust him to be responsible enough for my child, or else I wouldn't have left my child alone with him.
Woo.
So that means that he's
I
to
love
look
that.
after him, to ensure his safety, and also to discipline him if needs be. So if my partner disciplined my child while I was away, then yes, I am okay with that discipline. Now, yes, I'm going to have a conversation with my partner as to what happened, but at the end of the day, I'm not leaving my child alone in a house or wherever the case is with a man that I don't trust.
There you
I'm not going
go.
to be in a
I love that
relationship with
answer.
a man where I don't trust him. I don't trust his principles and his integrity to be able to protect me, to lead my child, and everything that comes with that partnership, and for his roles as a father and as a husband, etc.
Fair enough. So here's another reason why it's also.
I love that answer.
It's
That
a
is such a good
L
answer.
when a man, and we kind of see it here, right? It's crazy. Here's the difference. And you said it. You said, if Bradley disciplined my kid and slapped Kenny, he hit my kid, I'm calling the real father to come beat my boyfriend up. So essentially, you would allow the real father to
bless you
discipline your
so
kid,
much.
but the real father isn't no longer protecting and providing for you. But the new man is protecting and providing for you, but he still can't discipline your kid. That's crazy.
Can I explain something?
Sure.
Coolly? Okay,
Yeah.
so
The lady made such a good point of initially leaving the kid with the man. You made the decision already. You left him alone with your kid. Like, if you weren't smart enough to observe him ahead of time before you left the kid with him, then afterwards, it's almost like, what is the point of the conversation? Which, look, in a relationship, you're always going to talk about what happened, like, duh. But I think that what's so beautiful about what she said is that, yeah, I wouldn't even leave the kid with the guy if I didn't think that he was responsible enough, man enough to do things properly. Like, I wouldn't do that. And I love that, because that is taking accountability on your end of who you chose. Like, because at that point, the truth is that, well, if he did fly off the wall to the kid, you chose that guy. You made that decision and left your kid with him before you actually analyzed him enough to understand that he was the proper type of guy to leave around your kid alone. So I love that accountability there, where that then falls on you. Well, did I choose the right kind of guy to have around my kid in the first place? Like, that is such a big, I don't hear that often. So I think that's beautiful that she said that, I'd never help my ex-wife in that scenario. I'd just try to take custody. Oh, I'd never help my ex-wife. I don't understand.
So I think you mean look, Leslie. But I think what Tyler's
and
saying.
Joanna, thank you, Joanna Vacation Vlogs. Joanna Vacation Vlogs, is that what it is? I love that. But thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate it, man. I'm trying to get back to it, but my zodiac, I don't believe in that, but I think I'm a Capricorn, but I don't believe in all that stuff.
Yeah, I think Tyler trying to say that in her case, where she is allowing the man to hit the kid, his perspective is if you hit my kid in the face and she tell me I'm not coming to her rescue, I'm calling CPS because of it. So Tyler is. So me and Tyler actually have a different perspective.
Oh, I see.
So Tyler's perspective is that
I should have
he
said,
ain't
not
playing
this
with
new
nobody.
man.
Yeah, I ain't playing with nobody touching my kid.
And see, look, to be real,
right.
that's kind of fair.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fair. He is the
Really
man.
fair. Yeah.
He is the man. But as a man that is thinking about taking on a woman, needs to consider that. You might deal with a baby daddy from a previous marriage or not marriage that is like, nah, if you hit my kid at all, I ain't doing that. And you might need to take that into consideration, that may be the case, and move on, because that girl ain't for you. Don't even go into that situation. Like, that is not worth all the effort and all the fight. Like, nah, don't even go there, because then that's a whole nother thing, like CPS and fighting. And no, like, don't even deal with that chick. That's how I would see it. Like, no way. I'm surprised she's even remarried, to be honest, if that's the case. Like, because that's wild. That's a lot of extra things that a guy shouldn't have to deal with, of getting with a girl. You know what I mean? Because the man has the right. He's the daddy. He's over that kid, regardless of what other man comes in to say. Like, to be real, that's the truth. That's what it all is going to come back down to. And honestly, is in our nature as women. If the guy that you had the kids with says this, well, can't go against that. He is the one I had the kid with. That's what it's going to be, usually, you know? Much gratitude. Oh, I was basically, Leslie, I love you so much for coming in. And Dev, thank you so much for putting this in our Discord. I love you, man, for that, for real. But Leslie said, I was basically a married single parent with Maddie, until Maddie was a year old. It was hard for me to let him take that role back, but I did it. See, this is why I love you, Leslie. Like, it's so beautiful, because the reality is, if you want a man, like, you don't want to be, look, if you want to be a woman with a man for your child, and you all want to have a happy home, I think it's proper to appreciate the man that is willing to die and protect you. And we forget that. We're not taught that as ladies. We're not told that, hey, if this is the case, I think you should make sure that you show appreciation for that man, and then some, for taking you on. And I think that what that takes is being like, you know what? I honor you. I trust you. I think that I see so much value in you for the man and leadership that you can be over me and my kid. So I think that you have the right to say these things. I think that that's a fair thing, you know? And I think it's beautiful that you did that, Leslie. It's tough. It's a tough thing. It is. No one's saying that that's not an easy thing. It's not, because it goes against your nature. But having a kid outside of a marriage, or being single, that's tough already. Like, that already is a huge, tough decision, you know? And so I think that what's best to start teaching amongst ladies is to extra emphasize how important and wonderful it is if a man decides to take you on when you do have a kiddo, and appreciate it and honor it and love it, and just pour so much gratitude into that relationship so that it works out. Because if you're not letting him do these things and actually feel like a man, he's gonna go somewhere, or y'all just aren't gonna work out. And that's what it is right now, you know? John said, hey, much gratitude does also have the taxpayer who supports her, whilst she lives on the kindness of strangers. I didn't understand that.
How much
God bless you, John, though.
She have for the taxpayer who supports her? How much gratitude does she have for the taxpayer who supports her while she lives on the kind of stranger?
I see what you're saying.
Yes.
You're talking about like EBT and what taxpayers pay for Medicaid and stuff like that. Is that what you mean, John? Like, because that's true. When you're a single mama, you get the benefits of the government. And so that's a good point too, you know? Which is a big problem of why we're like, we don't need a man, even when you have a kid. Like, you're like, I'm good. The government's got me, so you're just extra. Like, what? That's crazy.
Juwan, what's your perspective, Juwan?
But yeah, and I respect that. But if you become curious, you definitely check out astrology. Oh, okay. And OG Wildchild said, he still asks me what she needs and how to deal with her on occasion, but we're a team and are equally her parents. Yeah. And that's the thing. I think that it's important. But the main thing is appreciating that he took you on. You know what I mean? I think that's what we're lacking. That's what this all comes down to, is just not even having the initial appreciation for a man coming along and taking on your kiddo, taking on this extra responsibility that he easily could have just avoid and go to, which unfortunately a lot of women are single mothers now though. So the pickings are getting smaller, but that doesn't mean that now we can't respect them or have any sort of care for how it goes for them, you know? But yeah.
Also, is it I think that it's innate in men to hold the position in which we discipline, and I think that it's innate in y'all to hold the position in which y'all
care,
nurture. And I think that,
look, I don't know about you, but I don't like spanking my kid.
Yeah.
Like here and there I'll tap it. When I spank is a big difference than when daddy spanks.
Yeah.
Like, let's just be real.
Yeah.
They will take a spanking from me any day over taking one from daddy. Like I still do it here and there, but it's like a pat on the leg, a pop on the butt, a smack on the hand, maybe. Like, it's so light. Like I can't bring myself to just wail on them and really discipline them so that they get it. Like, I'm being honest. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't even like it when he does it. But thank God for him, because otherwise they're going to be running around a terror. But that's what majority of kids are doing anyways nowadays. But that's why. It's because it's not in our nature to like it. And they don't like it either, to be honest. What I realized, seeing my husband, he doesn't like it either. But what is in him is being like, but I'd rather take that feeling than the feeling of my kid being not a proper kid for society, not a proper kid to represent my household. Like that, I would much rather take the feeling of having to discipline him than the feeling of my kid not being disciplined and being a terror in this world and not knowing where it falls on him for his consequences that he gets in life. That's what majority of us are missing. None of us know that you get consequences when you make certain decisions. So, but with my disability, he took on the weight he shouldn't have to carry. That's another reason I respect him beyond belief. See, but that's what is so important that we lack is the main thing that relationships don't have is appreciation. Because you don't realize where you're lacking. You know what? Let me just focus on what the good is here and how I can be more appreciative and have gratitude. That's what we're all lacking in a relationship.
Leslie, are single mothers for the streets? Should men?
Like, think about majority of society, like not people around you or things like that. Like, think of like the state of what, but you're probably in a bubble, but think about the state of what majority is.
I'd say whatever she think. I just want to see what her perspective is as a woman. We got your perspective kind of, because you haven't said anything solid. You like, I can see it from different perspectives. Mm-hmm. So I want to see what her perspective is. Is it, do you believe so, or do you believe not? Also, Jawan, also you and John, if you're still in here, chime in. I want to hear a definite answer.
Yeah. So what's y'all's definite answer? Do you think that single mothers should be avoided, or do you think that they should? It depends on the situation. which I think that's my stance, is that I think it depends on the situation. If they're willing to adore you and love you and understand that, you know what, I am coming into this with some extra baggage and I can't thank you enough for taking me on, that I think, and then you also let him run the household and let him be the man that he wants to be. I think that, yeah, I think that that's okay, because thank God I had a stepdad.
I got a question for you, babe. Let's say Royal decides at 18 he's going to marry a single woman. He doesn't have any kids.
Yeah.
What you think? It's a single woman for Royal. This is clean.
Well, then, yeah, of course. I would prefer not.
Right. Okay.
I would prefer not.
But
absolutely.
why?
Because I think that the beauty of starting a family from the start with no other kiddos involved, just you and that person from the beginning, having kids for the first time together, that is its own beauty that isn't often, but that's the way that we're designed to be. So I think that, yeah, I would definitely prefer him to experience having a kiddo with his wife for the first time, do it that way. I would prefer that. But I think that my kid's heart for wanting to take on the lady, even though she has a kiddo, that's his heart. That shows his heart, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, dang, I really wanted that. I wanted this for you, but dang, your heart, dude, for being like, you know what? I don't have to experience that for the first time, but just like with me and you, we still get that experience of, well, it's the first kiddos that me and you have together, and that's different. So, you know, I think most men don't want to look after another man's kid. Yeah, and that's innate in you. That's innate in y'all, for real. Like, that is natural. To be honest, and I love my stepdad to death. I love him, but there's missing things there that he couldn't give me, like the extra love and affection of a dad, like that, where he just didn't know how to do it, because my stepdad took me and my sisters and all of our mess and never had kids of his own. What? So he can't even grasp what it feels like to have your own blood. And seeing that with my husband, that made me sad for my stepdad. Like, wow, like he didn't even get to experience, or he can't even conceptualize what that feels like to have a kid of your own blood, to where you do any and everything for that kid, you know, like that. I mean, truly, like, that's what was missing. You know what I mean?
That's funny Tyler mentioned that. Did you still want to attempt to do calls? We'll just do them
who asked?
For nothing. No, I'm saying, because he said I could elaborate, but it's too much
to type.
So, I mean, if we want to do these, we could test to see.
Yeah, I'm willing.
I'll pull the link up, and then anybody who, we kind of want people who have disagreements.
No, sir.
With
we warned you.
So this is what we stand on, basically. Preferably no single mothers. Preferably no single mothers.
Yeah.
And it depends. So if anyone has any objection to that, we'd like to hear from you. And also, Tyler, if you're you're interested, I was gonna try to pull up the Zoom link, and then you can Zoom call in, and then you can speak more clearly.
Basically, he's saying, Tyler, that if you want to, we can do the call. If you want to come up on a call with me to explain it further, like in more depth, if you want to, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
But I love what did he say up here? Scroll up.
Here's John.
To anomaly. Hellfong. Well, your situation is a rare anomaly. Generally, with our current society state, single mothers are for the streets. But it's real, like because we have to understand look, just because of our particular situations and what's going on with just us, and it's hard for us to look outside of that, but majority of what is out there, because when you're a single man or a single woman, you're in the majority pack. You're out there with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I love that point. Biologically speaking, supporting another survival machine's genes, another man's genes, is a catastrophe. Read Richard Dawkins' The Selfish Gene, and you'll know why. I love that. Oh my gosh. At the end of the day, women are a cost, and it really comes down to what the cost buys. If the mother makes him happy, the man may put up with it. But yeah, that's so real. That's so honest. Like, I adore that. And look, I like to keep it real with you guys. So to keep it real, my stepdad did not deserve to not have his own blood in this life and take on me and my family the way he did. He didn't deserve that. Like the honorableness of that's not even a word, but for him to do that is borderline wild. Like that, what one would say extra simp, like extra simp. But I think it was just the kindness of his heart. Like it was his heart. But then he can't see, because of that blindness, he can't see that he can't actually connect with me the way he wishes he could. Like, because I know that he wishes he could connect with me like how a father would, you know? Because now my father is back in my life, and it's a whole nother thing. Like, that is a relationship that is unmatched. Like, and that's true. That's what it is. There is an unmatched feeling of knowing who your father is, having time with him, the feeling that you get because, wow, you know, love my stepdad, but my father does things for me and is willing to at a whole nother level than what my stepdad would. You know what I'm saying? But that's something that my stepdad works at and he tries, which is amazing. But I'm just getting at, genetically speaking, like what you're saying here is that it's a really tough thing to do because it's against your nature.
Yeah.
To take on a woman's kiddo. It's against your nature as a man because y'all have your instincts just as we have ours. And I think that's what it comes down to. I think that's a beautiful point, for real.
I think the reason this is an important discussion.
Oh, you said another time. Okay, Tyler.
Yeah, I just pulled it up for just in case somebody else wanted to do it at some point. What I wanted to say is.
Oh, that's what's up, Flame Shot.
I want to say the reason why it's this is a good subject to have a discussion about is because majority of women of this time, if you ask them, they believe that a man should come in and take care of their kid, but they believe they should take care of them the way that they want them to. So they have to say, okay, yes, wait, I've seen one lady talking about it, and she said, this guy said, well, can the man spank your kids if they need discipline? Is the man over that child? Mm-hmm. And she said, spanking, they don't need spanking, not my kids. See, you're already trying to man a man. You're already trying to tell him what to do in his position. Yeah. And that's where, you know what I'm saying? That's why I thought this was important to see.
I love this. Here, go up here to what Leslie said. And this is even on the flip side. This is a woman saying this. My adopted mother never loved me the same as her 3 kids she had before she got with my dad. So it hurt me in the process. So, and that's even on the flip side. But what's wild is that that's even against a woman's nature to be that way. Well, not necessarily if it's not your kid. I don't know. Us women are more nurturing, but there is that instinct when it's not your kid of how you feel. Ours is a little bit less than what men feel, but we still get it. That feeling of, well, this isn't my kid though. But men have that. But think about that. We have that, right? We don't acknowledge that as women. Our instinct of not liking a man to have kids, we don't acknowledge that part. That we don't like it when they have kids. That's our instinct. Yeah, well, think about our instinct times 2 because they're men. They're different. They're built different. Like, they have that even more than we have that because even though it may not be our kid, we still have that feminine feminine quality where we can't help but want to nurture and be sweet and love on that child because God placed that in us. Men have it harder because not only do they not have as much of nurturing part like us women do, but instinctively they are there to provide and protect. And if that is another extra being that they have to do that for, with all these extra factors that add stress and not peace into their life, that's against their nature completely, even more than a woman's nature, which is so wild. Oh yeah, I see both sides of the coin. Oh yeah. Wait, both sides of what? Like from male and female?
Seeing both sides, seeing that yes, it should work. Sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't.
And same for me. I agree. I think that what my main point of doing all of this, even my whole channel, is to understand that if you are a lady that is in this world, which is majority of, now it's becoming that, is majority of women that have babies before getting married or having a child with another marriage or things like that, that what we need to be teaching amongst women and to other women, our daughters, people around you, what we need to be teaching our young ladies is that, hey, you made this choice. Good for you that you didn't just go and kill the baby. Good for you. But now understand that when a man takes you on, that is a big blessing, and to then treat them as such. That's my view on that, is that, look, the world's going to keep going down the way it should be. You should not become a single mother. That isn't what I'm encouraging. I think that, but if you are, then when a man comes along and is willing to take you on, adore that man, honor that man, respect that man, give him everything and more, because he didn't have to do it. He could have waited out, have a lady that doesn't have children. You know what I mean? If a man can get a woman to raise his kids with little effort, he'll do it. If a man can get a woman to raise his, yeah,
I think perspective. He's just saying that he, even on the flip side, if a man had that choice, but to me, I think it's totally different, because a man has to provide. He has to come out of pocket. He has to give energy to a situation that, if all else fails, that kid gets ripped away forever. The kid always goes with the mom. So I can do everything. I could put all my effort into this child, but if things end, that's not my kid anymore. You see what I'm saying? That's how that works.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's so true. Yeah. Because reality is that a lot of times
that's actually happened to me before. Yeah. That I've actually loved the kid and then the kid got ripped away. Yeah. So that's happened in my life. So essentially, I think but with a guy, with you raising the what you call it, like the guy's less likely to be like, you can't be in the child's life, but also, I just see it. Yeah, I guess you can say if they could rip the baby, the male could rip the baby away too. But yeah, it just seems like it ain't that much to me. It don't seem like that much of an investment. That like as more investment than a man has to make. So a man has to make that. I have to protect. I have to die. This kid in my house, I have to die.
I just saw what you said, Andy. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I had a family member ready to marry a single mother of two until she told him she was never going to have another baby. And then he dropped her that night. And see, I think that if he's willing to take on your kiddos and you're not willing to have more babies, that's insane to me. Like, that's not fair. Like, that's, especially if he has no bloodline then, like, because that is a different feeling. It's a different thing, you know? Like, I don't know. Andy, that's a huge, very good point. Like, because, like, let's say, and this is where it gets tricky too, Andy, coming up with this or mentioning that, is that because what starts to happen to ladies that we have avoided talking about as women amongst each other even, is that around like 35, even early 30s, I'm pregnant right now, and boy, it's tough. Like at 30, like I'm just being real. Like it's tough at 30. This is by far one of the worst pregnancy out of the 3 that I've had. Like this is not the easiest. That dude, as you get older, it gets tougher to have kids, you know? But if it's fair that if a man decides to not be with you because you've already had your kids and now you're like, I'm too old, or I can't fit, like literally I cannot, I've hit the age, I've hit the point where my body just cannot, then that's fair that he can go. He doesn't have to choose that. You know what I'm saying? Like that is beyond fair, to be honest. But I think we need to remember that as ladies, you know what I mean? Is that, well, our bodies do hit a point where we can't, but theirs keeps going, you know, like that's not fair to be like, no, you better stick around and put up with me. That like, no, that doesn't make any sense, you know? And Hellfong, he said, let's put the coin on its edge. What I've been seeing is the wife steps out of the marriage and gets pregnant from the affair, then expects the husband to raise a child that is not his. Woo! Woo! This is in a marriage? That's in a marriage? Look, by my faith. By my faith. Flame said, oh, Anna. By my faith.
I don't know, man.
You're in a marriage.
Well, no. Faith says you can throw them away.
Oh, yeah, because of, yeah. Okay, then, yeah. I think no. I think, but, genuinely speaking.
But would we?
But would you? What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't know if I would do it. I don't know.
I don't think you.
I might be a simp, but I don't know if
Bro,
I could do that.
Look, that's
far.
But think about this, though. Think about this. Men get all the flack on their end if it happens. That where they lose their house, they lose their everything. But with women, it's like, I don't know. No, screw that. I changed my mind. No, out. Get out. Not fair. That's not cool. Like, no. You got to go at that point. Absolutely not.
That's a real tough one. If you.
But think about if it was on the flip side, though. That women are like, I'm out. I'm divorcing you.
I don't know though. Not every time.
Really?
I think women are more likely.
But majority of the state of women right now, what they would do, they would divorce you and take all your money.
Yeah, but I think okay. So this from my perspective.
Yeah. I just felt, babe.
The baby.
That was the first flutter that I felt. I'm gonna cry. That was so crazy.
I'll tell you what. Okay, all right, okay. It's tough when I'm married and I'm married as long as I have, and also who I'm married to. It's tough to think about that because although that would never occur, it's tough to think about what would happen in my marriage if that did happen.
Right.
I used to say this. I used to say, shoot, if she do that and she end up getting pregnant or something, just don't tell the daddy. And I know that's cold-blooded. But that's what used to happen in the past is you just didn't say nothing.
Go to your grave about it?
Yeah. You just didn't say nothing. But yeah, if he knows. But
I think that if he knows,
throw away.
I think that's fair.
Throw away.
Goodbye. Like
she's for the streets.
Yeah, because the reality is that then it is no longer your marriage. It's, I don't know. This is my decision. This is my thing. End it. Then if you then you can now remarry under the new covenant. You know what I'm saying? Because you broke that covenant. But that I can understand. Now let's remarry under a new covenant of that. No, this is where it is. This is what this is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. As a man, you never live it down. So yeah. You never earn. There's no way, unless you never told anyone. They wouldn't respect you, and she wouldn't respect you.
She would not respect you.
She would want you to do it, but after you did it, she wouldn't respect you.
Ooh, what a combo, Hellfong. I love you.
Hellfong, if you don't mind.
Flame said, nah, I'm out. No way.
Could you give an answer to that too, Hell Funk?
Yeah,
And also,
what would be your answer?
anybody that's listening.
I love that. I'm 32 and another one on the way is rough. Yeah, I'm telling you, even my first baby at how old was that baby? 27? Wait. 26, 27, somewhere around there, 3 years ago. So yeah, I had to be like 26, 27. Even with that one was rough. And I was like, dude, I should have had babies earlier. Like, this is horrible. What's Unk's opinion?
It's
straight to the point, like you said. What would be your
straight
thing?
to the point.
Yeah.
Straight to the point. She for the streets. And that's I'll say this. I can't lie, okay? I can't lie. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. My feelings for my wife as of now, I don't know. Like I don't think I'd just be able to throw my wife away given the current situation and with her and I, and she already has my kids and she's the mother of my kids now, and then she go out and then slip up and get pregnant and then come back with a kid. I'll say this. I want to be thug like that and be like, she for the streets, that's that. I'm done. But I'm an honest man, and I know I'm a bit of a simp for this, but I just don't know. Like I can't think in tomorrow's feelings when I have feelings today.
You know what is wild is that think about the level of think about the unconditional love that one must have, like what we're called to do, the level of unconditional love that someone must have in order to get through that. But honestly speaking, from what I believe that is biblical, you did choose that person. It is